Welcome to Podcast The Abridged Series, aka the most unintelligible form of comedy. It's your boy, Young Kioma, aka Young Lewin, aka the true Daddle Dingo, aka Nick. And who are you?
I'm Sean, and I'm the Oonga Boonga guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I like that. The Oonga
I'm
Boonga
sh-
guy.
I'm strong with no personality. Pretty much, literally the complete opposite of me.
Yeah, literally built into only charisma, no strength.
I'm the guy who maxes out the luck stat.
No, that's me.
I don't know. I like maxing out the luck stat though. Like
Oh, we're
I'm
talking
doing
about
a play.
realistically, not like our real life.
No, like realistically, I'm like playing through
No, no, I'm
Mario
saying like
Luigi.
not in game. I mean like in real life, I would be the one who built into luck.
Oh yeah, I would be the one who would attempt to build into luck, and then it never
You
works
built
on me.
charisma. You built charisma. It's okay.
Yeah. Um, no, but like I'm playing through Super um, Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga. And
Great game.
what I'm doing in it is I'm putting all my bonus points into specifically mustache.
Why?
I thought it would be an interesting way to spice up the game.
That's fair. I give you
Like
that.
you can't really your damage output and your health output aren't really that much, and the boss battles kind of take some time. But hell, when I get that critical hit, I get
Hurts
that
like a
critical hit.
bitch.
Yeah. The only problem is that for some reason, no matter how much I raise the mustache stat, it seems like I'm not getting any critical hits at all.
Well, that might be because, unlike in game, you have no luck.
It's kind of like I was doing a boss fight, and I think the entire boss fight, I only got like one critical hit. And I'm like, why?
Oh no. That's what happens sometimes. What are your thoughts on the Pokemon shit? Unless you got something you want to talk about beforehand.
No, we'll talk about this first. And my thoughts are, it looks okay.
Okay. I liked it. I
That's
liked it
my.
myself.
I'm I'm excited for it, but I'm not like super excited for it. Part of the reason why is kind of burnt out on main Pokemon games right now.
Because you've
Hopefully
been
when it
playing so
comes
many
to,
of them.
yeah, I was playing through like three or four of them at the same time at one point.
We
Just
were
because there
literally
was some
talking
main.
about just before we started recording. We were literally talking about you not finishing platinum. So
Yeah. Well, and that was the reason why I was playing through so many at the same time, was that I've pretty much played all the main series games, but realistically, I never fully completed them. So I was
okay,
like, I'm just gonna fully complete them in bulk. And by the time I got close to Ultra Sun, getting done with the Ultra Moon and Ultra Sun, I was like, I gotta take a break from these games. The only reason why I finished Ultra Moon and Ultra Sun is because I had like an hour left of the game, so there was literally no excuse for not finishing it.
that's fair.
But then
That is fair.
after I got done with that game, I haven't even touched another Pokemon game. I'm just unless you count TCG, but that's not what I mean.
That's not
But
mainline.
hopefully, hopefully when Sword, Shield, and Hand Grenade comes out,
Yep. Can't wait for Sword,
they
Shield, and Hammer.
hammer. Dude, it's obviously gonna be called Sword, Shield, and Iron Boots.
No, 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 no. Sword, Shield, and Gold Sword.
Sword, Shield, and Helmet. Sharp, sharp sword, strong shield. They're gonna be sequel games.
That would be the worst fucking naming convention. Jesus Christ.
I mean,
Sword.
I like the name Sword and Shield, but it's
I
like
like
that's
that.
but it's like it's obviously like them being like, yeah, we're running out of ideas of naming this stuff.
Yeah.
Soon they're just gonna get to the point where they're just gonna put not in front of everything. Pokemon, not red, not blue, not yellow.
It's not Pokemon Platinum.
It's not black and white. It's a little bit of gray.
The game's very grayscale.
It's
Um,
gonna be in the same tone as Twilight Princess. You need to put your DS your Switch on full blast brightness
Twilight
because
Princess
those
is a good
Pokemon are
game, though.
dark.
Twilight Princess is really good. It's my favorite
It's probably
Zelda
my
game.
favorite. I was about to say that's probably my favorite Zelda game. That
Yeah.
or uh I never beat Majora's Mask. I've gotten close
Majora's
to
Mask
it.
is definitely up there. I actually love the DS
Yep.
games. People sleep on those games. Um,
But it either had to be Twilight Princess or Ocarina Wind Waker. Because Wind Waker's
for
got the Skull Hammer. And Skull
for
Hammer
me,
is probably my
it's
favorite.
either Twilight Princess, Majora's Mask, or Link's Awakening.
Mm. Still haven't played all the handheld Zelda games. I need to get to
I've
those at one point.
I've owned every Zelda game at one point. There are some that I definitely like. I definitely still own all of them, but some of them are definitely lost currently.
Yeah. So
Like there is definitely a past.
me growing up, my thing with video games was that I didn't really focus on beating the game like at all. So a lot of these classic games I have played but never beat.
Damn,
Mm-hmm. Because I didn't really have a good attention span with video games back then,
that's fair.
and even
Neither
now I
did.
still have a bad. Even then, I still have a bad attention span of playing games. But now I'm at the
You just
point
have a
where,
low attention span.
yeah. But now I'm at the point where I'm like, I gotta stick with it and beat it.
That's fair.
I might not, I might not be enjoying it, but you know what? I'm at least playing it. I'm at least trying to attempt to beat it. I got two Kingdom Hearts games down.
Which ones have you beaten so far?
One and
One
Recoded.
and Recoded. Got you.
Yeah. I played one of the games you need to know the most and the game you need to know the least.
Hmm.
And it's probably the worst of them all.
Yeah, it happens. Kingdom Hearts is a dope series, though. I haven't played 3 yet.
I'm not going to get the three anytime soon.
So, which of the starters are you looking at? Like, damn,
Um,
that looks pretty neat.
I don't have a full decision yet until once we know what the final evolutions look like, or at least the second evolutions. Because I know with Sun and Moon, besides the Decidueye, I really didn't know what the other final evolutions look like. I kind of just went off by their second evolutions.
Linton's was a big fucking cat dude,
Yeah.
and Poplio's was like this weird, like, dog mermaid thing.
Mm-hmm. Populo was my starting Pokemon in the end of the day. But I
Huh.
think the reason why I made that decision is because, like I said, I was playing through like four Pokemon games at the same time. And I think when I was like making that decision, I was like, am I using a water starter? I don't think so. So that's why I went with Populo. And then I went with Litten in Ultra Moon because it seems
And you
like
were like,
everyone was on
man,
team.
this mon is ass and ugly.
I like I like Populo. I can't remember its final name though.
Not Poplio, Litten I was talking about. The
Oh,
final
Litten.
evolution for
Yeah.
Litten is ass and ugly.
But it's a wrestler. And that's why
Oh
cool.
no, trust me, Smash Incineroar is not the same as Game Incineroar. But I also play Incineroar. in Smash. So, but
Uh,
if I were to say like the starters that, like if I were to rate like in order from best to worst the starters in the new trailer I like, Score Bunny's probably my
mm,
least favorite, but I still think he's okay. Um, Grookey, pretty alright. Monkey Boy, that's it. And then my
you
favorite
want to tell you something?
is probably Sobble.
Mm. You want to tell you something?
Hmm.
If I did that, it would be a little bit like completely reversed. Because my least favorite is the grass starter, Grumpy. That's its name,
Grookey.
right? Grookey, and then it would be the water starter, and then the fire bunny.
Just I don't know. There's something about the bunny that I'm just like, eh.
I will choose the water starter if its final evolution is named Chameleonaire.
Shut the fuck up,
He
please.
becomes water steel type. He gets some bling on him, which explains the steel typing, and he'll be rolling.
I realize now, Sean is a fucking idiot. He totally missed an amazing joke where he could have said the first move he learns upon evolving is rollout. Get a load of this fucking guy. The joke was still bad altogether, but he didn't even take the chance that he had. Weak ass, dog. Weak as fuck. How the fuck you. For shame, Sean. For shame.
That's it. Like I didn't have anything else to add on to that. No, the fire bunny. The fire bunny. The problem with the fire bunny though is that actually with all three of them is that they're starting to look like Digimon.
Yeah, that's true. It does look kind
So
of Digimon-y.
yeah, because when I first saw that, I'm like, is this a Pokemon game or a Digimon game?
Reminded me of the Tricks rabbit.
But I might go with the bunny. Like I said, I have to look at the final evolutions first before I make my final decision.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Uh, I think there's going to be alternate forms in the game, just because that's sort of becoming a staple now. So I don't see why not.
Yeah.
Um, I feel like I don't know if the transformations are really going to be on the. I'm trying to think if the transformations are going to follow the name of the game,
Hmm.
but maybe we'll see like maybe hopefully the transformations aren't just Gen 1 Pokemon. Hopefully
we can
it's not
hope.
just Gen
We
1.
can hope they can take Kanto's dick out of their mouth for a second. We can
And
hope.
hopefully the transformations are with Pokemon that's not that popular and maybe they'll finally get some popularity with their
Oh
transformation
yeah,
forms.
maybe people will finally
Like
want to use them.
yeah. Like let's see like a steel type Zangoose
That'd be sick.
or a shit, I was gonna say dark type Rattata, but that already exists. Um,
You know what I want?
what?
I want another game like Coliseum and Yellow Darkness.
Maybe
Those
we'll get
games,
that,
fire.
or maybe we'll get remakes of them since they
Ooh, I'd
like
be fine with
remaking
that too. I'd be
everything.
fine with either.
Yeah,
They're sick.
because Coliseum had the better story. XD Yellow Darkness had the better variation. Because that's my problem with Coliseum. There's really not enough Pokemon to choose
They're
from.
both really fun though.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the new Pokemon looks promising, especially after the mess that was Gen 7.
I just hope. So my biggest hope for the game is that I hope that there's no tutorial shit you have to go through. That is my only request. If you give
Why?
me that request, you did not play Ultra Moon and Ultra Sun, so you
I
don't
didn't play
understand.
Ultra Moon and Ultra Sun, but I played Sun and Moon base.
Yeah, but Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon's tutorial is probably worse.
Okay.
It's so boring. It's like an hour or two worth of just tutorial crap. And it's just
But have you
make
played
me
Kingdom Hearts 2 though?
like I feel like we don't do we really need tutorials in games nowadays? Or at least
Yes.
forced
Not forced
tutorials, I should
tutorials, but
say.
we do need tutorials.
Back back then, before our time, there wasn't even a thing called tutorials. You just had to learn that shit on your own. I mean, to be fair, games were much simpler back then, but I want to figure the game out on my own. Don't tell me how you're supposed to play the game. I'll figure that shit out on my own. I don't like doing tutorials.
What an angry gamer Sean is.
My name's not Joe.
Shut the fuck up. God
Do,
damn it.
do people still watch him?
Probably.
Okay,
I hope not,
because I
but
didn't know
probably.
the the I saw like 3 videos from him. It was like Civilization 5. It's how I found out about Assure's Wrath, which is a game I need to play.
That
It's on my
game's
list of games.
amazing. I've played very little, but from what I have played, it's amazing.
That
And
would be a game I
also,
would want to see on the Switch.
I also love obscure Azura's Wrath memes. Those are really funny, and that and the even more obscure what One Piece fans and Azura's Wrath fans agree on memes, and it's like the what is it? Vorak Symphony Number 9, the song that plays when Luffy beats Crocodile, and also the song that plays in the final fight in Azura's Wrath on the moon.
I've heard Assure's Wrath soundtrack, and it's remixes of classical music pretty much,
Yep,
and they're good remixes.
they're
I
really
remember,
fucking good.
I remember just having the sound. At one point, I was just having the soundtrack playing in the back room all the time. I was like, I wanted to hear something. It'd been Assure's Wrath music. So
Yeah, the song that
that would be
plays
a
in the
game.
fight on the moon in Azura's Wrath, that's the song that
Yeah, that's
plays
the one.
that's the song that
The
plays when Luffy beats Crocodile. That's like the meme.
New World Symphony, I
New
think
World
it's called.
Symphony, yes.
So, um, that would be a game I would want to see on the Switch with all the DLC because I don't
Yeah,
think you can get the DLC for that game anymore.
you can. It was
Okay,
on Xbox 360,
in
so you can get
PlayStation
the
3.
and PlayStation 3, so you can definitely get the DLC off that
Yeah,
because those servers aren't like dead yet.
and wasn't Shore's Wrath was made by Platinum, right?
Pretty sure I can look it up if you want to make sure.
Yeah, because if it is by Platinum, then I don't see why not it cannot be on the Switch because Nintendo pretty much made Platinum their bitch.
No, that is not
It's
Platinum.
not. Who is it by then?
Azura's Wrath is a beat 'em up video game developed by CyberConnect 2 and published by Capcom.
It's a Capcom game. I can still see it. I
CyberConnect
can,
2 is known for making the Ultimate Ninja Storm series, Azura's
and they're
Wrath.
getting
Uh,
and the
the
Ultimate Ninja series got HD remakes on the Nintendo Switch.
That's true. That's true. Dragon
I
Ball
don't know if they come
Project
out.
Z, the one that's been hinted at, but not like we know nothing.
Yeah, and Dragon Ball Fighters is now on the Switch.
And they've done all the hack games. Dot hack.
None of those were on the Nintendo console, but they were in Project X Zone, which were games on the 3DS.
I totally forgot that Project X Zone existed.
So what I'm saying is that that game could, it totally sounds plausible that game could get a Switch
It
remake.
could, but
Yet not
it's too obscure for
yet
them to want
not
to remake it.
Capcom. I think it being obscure would be a good reason to remake it, because it's a cult classic game, and it gives them a chance it gives it a second chance to see if it can get mainstream.
Hmm, that's true.
I mean, to be fair, I don't think there will ever be an Asura's Wrath 2, regardless of how successful it is. Like, I don't know
Yeah,
how you can top. Isn't like the final fight like in the sun? Uh,
it's like. Have you read God of
Day
High
of it.
School?
No.
Um, you need to. There's this fight, like later on in the series,
Hmm.
and
I'm
the main character is fighting literally Satan, right?
yeah.
And I'm trying to tell you what I can without spoiling. Basically, the Satan starts replicating like his fighting style after watching it,
Yeah.
and
Hmm.
he's like, "Okay, you know my fighting style, but you haven't mastered it like I have." And he hits him so hard, like they're in the sun. He hits him into the sun, and then just keeps pummeling him into the sun. And he hits him so hard that the universe stops and then
Yeah.
resets.
That's almost getting on Gurren Lagann level.
That is Gurren Lagann
No,
level is
I
Galaxy.
don't think you. Yeah, I don't think you can
That's
really even get past Gurren Lagann level.
yes, you
I
can.
haven't
Dragon
seen
Ball,
any
JoJo,
JoJo. Well, I
JoJo,
mean, like,
Dragon Ball. Uh, let's see, God of High School, because God of High School is Dragon Ball level. Um, because it's like universal, it's not Galaxy level. Or it's multiversal because they go in between universes and stuff. Um,
but they don't like literally like throw multiverses at people. Unlike
that's
Gurren Lagann, where
true, but
you're
I
throwing
mean,
galaxies at.
that's still they're still held in the confines of a universe.
Yeah.
Like this dude can throw a galaxy, but can he, like, can he surpass time?
I didn't see the Gurren Lagann movie, so I don't know.
Can he like if he can't surpass time, he doesn't beat any of these guys. If he can't what is it? If he can't stop a universe, he's not on the same level as these guys. If he doesn't move
Yeah.
faster than time that isn't moving, he's not on the same level as these guys.
Um, Speaking of bizarre, I guess there's one other thing that we can talk about, and that is I saw footage for the new Dragon Ball Heroes game that's coming out on the Switch.
Uh huh.
As in, like, I saw gameplay footage, and
Yeah.
it was 9 minutes of the most confusing gameplay I've ever seen.
Why is that?
I've never seen a Dragon Ball Heroes game before, so I don't know how the gameplay works. So I was just watching it to see how it goes, and like shit was going on, and I don't know how shit was going on. Like halfway through the match, Cell Jr. turned into this gigantic beast. Boob turned into Super Boo. Vegeta starts throwing meteors at people. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Why are they on a grid?
Well, it's a card game.
What ish? It's a card game, sort of like on the sense of like, what was it? Digimon Tamers was a card game or whatever.
I think so. Yeah.
Well, I know there was like one Digimon season that involved card, and it was like that one. It's It's like, yeah, there's cards, but it's not really a card game.
um, act like you ain't never played Yu-Gi-Oh! Duelist of the Rose before or some shit.
Yu-Gi-Oh! The Duel, I guess you can use that as a comparison. This is like, there's a card feature. I got it. It's like Chain of Memory. As in,
Okay,
cards are involved, yet it's not a card game.
I got you. I got you. No, that
It's
makes sense.
like
That's a good comparison.
it's like Dokkan on crack. I don't know. I need to send you. I can show you the video sometime. But
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah. Um,
I was legitimately confused. Everyone was cheering when a character like got a meter higher than the other character. So I picked up on that. When you do moves, your meter for the move needs to be higher than the opponent,
okay, so there is,
or at least
like a card
equal.
game, there is some form of rock paper scissors aspect.
Yeah. So I don't know. Once the game comes out on Switch, I might get it. It depends how much it is. I'm gonna like. Hopefully it's for. Hopefully it's a free game, quote unquote.
Well, mm mm.
I just hope it's not a full $60 game, because if I'm going to get a
It's a full
$60 game,
$60 game.
uh,
I'm fairly certain of that.
at least it's coming out in America.
It's true.
The game confuses me. I want it because I'm a whore, and anything that says Dragon Ball on it, I guess I'll have to give my money to.
It's funny because you don't even like Dragon Ball that much.
I like it enough to be a little whore. I like the
You
series,
heard
but
it
I
here
wouldn't put it
first.
top 5
You heard it here first. Sean is a slut for Dragon Ball.
games.
No, just Dragon Ball. That's gonna be a shirt. It's gonna say "I'm a slut for Dragon Ball" on it.
Hey, Nick,
Yeah,
Detroit, ironic.
that wasn't the joke.
Flint, Michigan, ironic.
I'll cut the Detroit bit out so that it sounds like it's funnier, so it hits.
Insert laugh track. Actually, speaking about that, I'm actually in the middle of trying to get that as an actual shirt.
What, Flint, Michigan? Ironic.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, we can make some designs and like.
I I'm friends with a graphic designer, and he told me if I just can
Is
get
it
him a
me? I'm a
plain.
graphic designer.
I'm talking about someone that I know that's taking like graphic design classes right now,
Fair.
so that he can use the equipment in his graphic design lab to make me that shirt.
I got you.
Yeah,
And then later on down the line we can mass produce them.
yeah.
Flint, Michigan. Ironic.
We're gonna be saying that in the future. No one's gonna get
That's
that.
true. What's gonna be the first what's gonna be the first like what's gonna be the first podcast Theater Bridge series merch? What's gonna be the
It's
first?
gonna be a shirt, and it's gonna be like your. It's gonna be say, and I'm young Kioma,
Uh-huh.
and it's gonna be like in some sort of like font that makes it look confident, and then and then there's just gonna be a small space that says, and I'm Sean, in a very awkward font.
It's gonna be like a it's gonna be like a your base, your average font. It's gonna be like
Yeah,
uh you know young Kioma, aka come up with like whatever names, right?
yeah.
And
Young
then
Kioma, the greatest shirt ever, and it's gonna be like,
yeah, and then
I'm
it's gonna be
Sean.
like, and who are you? And then it's gonna be the Mr. Saturn text, and it's gonna
It's gonna
say,
be like,
I'm
I'm
Sean.
I
And
guess.
me, Sean.
Me, Sean.
Nah, our first. I think our first shirt should be it should just be like a cool logo, right? Because what we're
Yeah.
using for the podcast, the Abridged Series logo right now is kind of a placeholder, anyways.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be like whatever logo I end up coming up with in the future, right? And then it's
Yeah.
gonna have just
We,
welcome to to podcast the Abridged Series, aka the most unintelligible form of comedy on it. I
we
think.
could do something like what Mega 64 is doing recently for their merch is that they're having a special called the 64 special
Mhm.
where they're bootleg shirts with their with the Mega 64 name on it.
I'm not doing that. As funny as that is. Nah, I want
Ours would say podcast the abridged.
shut up. We might do one like that. We might do a meme one like that. But I kind of want ours to actually like look good cuz like you know how
Yeah.
a lot of like YouTubers or streamers or whatever they'll like make
Yeah.
merchandise for themselves and like you'll get it and be like, "Yeah, this is cool. It represents who I like." But you look at it and you go, "But this doesn't look like it doesn't it looks good, but it's not something you would go out of your way to wear, you know?"
Yeah.
It's some because most big YouTubers and big streamers and stuff like usually, not all, but usually um they just you get this shit to rep them. You don't get this shit because it looks necessarily great. But I want us to release stuff that like it just looks like something you'd wear, right? I want us to actually
Yeah.
make like some neat, like some good shit, you know?
I'd
Some
wear
quality
it.
shit. What?
I'll wear it.
Yeah, I mean, of course you will. We'll both wear it because it's our shit.
I'll be wearing it and I'll be out at the club doing my little dance move, and then some chick is gonna be like, it was like, what's that shirt? I was like, oh, it's off of a podcast that I listen to. You should listen to it too. And continue
And
doing
then
my
she listens to it and
yeah.
she comes to the same place the next day. You're there. Yo, who's that other guy? And you're like, so I'm gonna put you on, and you're just gonna ignore me or like that. You're gonna ask who the other guy is. Come on.
It was like, oh, I find out who you are, but you're kind of weird. Who's that
You're
other
kind of
guy? He
weird,
sounds much.
but who's that other guy? Right? I'm just fucking with you, Sean. I'm just fucking with you. Oh shit. That'd be funny as fuck though. That'd be a funny situation.
The worst part is, it sounds like a realistic situation.
Nah. Cause remember, we can't be seen. Pure anonymity here.
Yeah.
Not really, cause you've given out your last name. And your
I don't
Discord.
remember. I've given. I do that every day. Not every day. I do that every episode. So we don't film one every day. And
Speaking of which, go ahead.
oh yeah, my Discord is all lowercase letters, no spacing. Sean DSU. Sean as an SEAN. Don't you dare put in that SHAWN shit. Beat you with a hammer. And my number is number 6270.
There it is.
We're on we're on the podcast's side mission to get me a waifu.
Okay. This is the first I've heard of this, but okay.
It was kind of implied in the past.
That's fair. What kind?
Of waifu?
Yeah.
Hopefully a real one.
You can only ask for so much, Sean. Small steps. You can't set your goals too high. Well, you can set your goals high. You just gotta take small steps. You can't expect it all in one go.
Well, I think I'm. I just want a real wife.
Okay. Like a body pillow?
We might not not literally, not waifu like literally in the sense of I want a fucking anime girl. Waifu in this. Never mind. You know what? Fuck it. I'm not even gonna talk about it anymore. We're moving on. Okay.
You sound a little bit upset. You good, dog?
You're making this awkward.
I'm making it awkward.
I
I'm the
never
one
make
who's
anything
making it
awkward.
awkward.
I never make anything awkward. You're the weird one.
I'm the weird one. Okay.
How about you fix your life?
How about you stop looking for goddamn anime pillows?
I'm not looking for anime pillows.
Oh, that really reminded me of a quote from Conjun House. It's it's like he's on a dating site, right?
Yeah.
And he looks at it, he goes, "No, that's not me. I'm not looking for women, I'm looking for pizza." And he's just like screaming at the top of his lungs. Oh shit, it's really good. You should watch it.
I
Conjun House is amazing.
what was I gonna say? Oh, what I'm gonna do from now on is I'm gonna get duct tape. And if there's someone I don't like, I'm gonna throw the duct tape at them. I'm like, here, you need this, and they're like, for what? Because you need to fix your life, dude.
You need to put your life back together.
Yeah. Here's a start. Now fix your life. You're an asshole.
here's a start, and I'll get your shit together.
Duct tape can fix anything, even a broken marriage.
Damn, I didn't know you were divorcing your body pillow already. The wedding hasn't even happened yet.
Yeah. Hey, you're assuming that I make enough money to afford a body pillow.
That's fair. That probably does cost a little bit, so yeah, that's fair. I'll give
As
you
a
that.
joke, me and a few friends knew this one kid, and he was one of those people who thought like otaku or ryubu was like a good thing to tell
Yep.
people. He thought of it as like a comment, not a insult, like it actually is. So as a joke, me and my friends were gonna donate some money to buy him a body pillow.
How'd that turn out?
We forgot about
That's yeah, that happens.
it.
So
Because Dokkan.
yeah, moving on from
So
the original, what we were originally talking about, Dragon Ball,
Dragon
Dokkan.
Ball. So there's a new unit out, and so in so I thought this unit was only global only, but I found it is in JP. But this LR unit hasn't come out in JP either. It's a step ahead,
Yeah,
and it's a Goku.
the
Yeah, it's
AGL
Kid
Kid
Goku.
Goku.
Yeah, it's the AGL Kid Goku. And from what before we started this, I was doing a little bit of research on it, and
Hmm.
people are predict like its second form, not
The
the
TUR.
LR, the TUR version. Um, it's the movie picture. So the first UR, its rainbow form is the poster for the first movie, and then the TUR is the poster for the second movie.
That's pretty
So
neat.
people are guessing that the LR version is going to be the poster of the third Dragon Ball movie.
Of
I'm
course,
guessing
it makes sense.
because both of us haven't even seen the original Dragon Ball movies. Well, that's not true. I watched the first one, but I never finished it.
I think there were only two.
There were three.
There were? Okay.
The third one was a crossover with Doctor Slump, I believe.
Oh, okay. Makes sense.
Yeah. So, I did. So I can tell you a little bit about the first movie, though,
Mm-hmm.
real quick. So, the first half of the movie is pretty much like the first 4 to 5 episodes of Dragon Ball, and then the second half is original content. And I think that's the same for the other movies, but they're like more connected. Like I think like in the first movie with the fight with like Yamcha, I think they make Yamcha like a legit bad guy, or let's give the tone that he's like a legit bad guy.
The fuck?
Yeah. When's his LR gonna come out in global?
Should come out with the next world tournament. Yamcha and Par.
Yeah. Isn't he? He would be part of the Dragon Ball Seeker team,
I
right?
think he's part of the Dragon Ball Seekers. I know he's part of Joined Forces. Um,
Ah,
yeah. Joined Forces is like the cards that have two units on them.
ah.
So like Tien and Chaozu, Yamcha and Puar, the LR Meta Cooler, because there's multiple on it. I think. Anyways.
The Metacooler Army.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know. I know the Goku, the AGL Goku that that's coming out. I think I'm gonna have that with the team with Saiyan Man 1 and 2 because it's the
Mm-hmm.
only unit so far that I found that it can be good with. Get
That's
my teams
movie
are
heroes. You'd want to run. Do you have the AGL Gogeta, the Super Saiyan Blue one?
no because I invested all my Dragon
That's your
Stones on
movie
the
heroes lead.
because I invested all of my Dragon Stones on the movie Bosses banner.
Well, AGL Gogeta is your movie boss's lead, so
I think I might have to I'm thinking about restarting Dokkan just so that I can do movie heroes. But at the same time, I got so much crap on there already. I'm
it's
like
not
ranked like
worth it. Just
115.
farm up and wait for the next time Gogeta drops.
Gogeta's still out. It's just
Oh, then just farm up.
the ban and then just should I just restart or should I just farm?
No, just farm. Just farm. It's not worth re-rolling a Dokkan account if you actually have shit. Usually,
Yeah.
I mean, if you're like done with that account, like you look at it and you go, okay, I'm done, then it's fine
Well,
to
the
sell it or whatever.
originally I was gonna just keep it because I had like all of the Ginyu Force done. And I'm like, that was an entire week I spent on that. Do
Now
I
you have the
really
Goku
want?
done. You have a lot of good units. I'd say just keep it.
Yeah,
Um,
but I don't know any good ways to farm. So
that's just Dokkan. You just go. That's it. You just go. So
I guess I can do the Z battles, but I suck at it.
what what would you like to see as an LR?
Um,
What a card like? What's a cool LR card you think?
LR Raditz.
LR at it's okay. What's his? What's Give me the rundown. What's the card arts from SSR UR, TUR, and LR,
Um,
or just
I
UR,
can tell you what
TUR,
the.
LR? You know.
So there was two ideas I had with this. So
Okay.
the if we're just doing, so I was thinking about would I rather want a pure Raditz or a Attack of the Saiyans?
Like Vegeta, Nappa, and Raditz.
Yeah, all together.
Ooh. Actually, Attack of the Saiyans would probably be like either a Vegeta and Nappa or a Nappa and Cyberman card.
Yeah.
So
Oh, that would be an interesting one. Cybermen and Nappa.
yeah,
But let's just do purely Raditz.
yeah.
I think I would go backwards.
Okay.
So I think his LR would be when he first lands in the farmer's field,
He's got like
and it's him. It's him like next to the crash, Saiyan
him
pod.
him next to the Crash Saiyan pod with his arms crossed, like looking out.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. and I think his TUR would be no, that would be his TOR. His LR would be him, would be Goku and Piccolo about to fight him in the background, and then you see him in the distance.
Oh, it's like a really menacing looking thing. And then
Yeah.
what would his normal like SSR to UR be? What would that look like?
That's what I'm trying to figure out because it's a thing of like I'm trying to think of all the
It's like
Reddit's
him
units.
holding Gohan, maybe.
Maybe. Yeah, I guess you can go with that.
Um,
But hold on, let me see if I can find the panel because it's based off of because I'm thinking about a very specific panel. Yeah, and his LR move,
well,
his
oh yeah.
special
What are
move.
his two super attacks? What's his 12 key, which is his normal super, and then what's his 18 key, which is
Um,
his LR super?
I think it would be
I have
his
a great
12
idea. I'll
key.
tell you mine after yours.
I think his 12 key would just be a fancier looking version of him doing. Is it double Sunday or is it weekend? I know they keep fucking changing his move
I don't
names.
fucking know. Most of his moves are non-canon, anyways.
Um, he would do Grumpy Monday.
Okay.
No, it would be the move where he does the double key blast
Mhm.
as his 12 cage, and then his
Yeah.
18 would be where it would him being doing the back kick, doing like the famous hits that he's done before. There's like the back kick and like the bullet shot, and then he'll go into the week. I think it's called weekend.
I've got a really good idea.
All right.
Um, I think his 12 key should be where he. You remember when he slapped Krillin with his tail
Yeah.
into the Kame House? He just slaps his opponent into the Kame House with his tail. I think that should be his 12 key. And then his 18 key, I feel like is what's it called? I feel like it's either like the move that he used to blast at Goku and Piccolo, like you know, his like dual beams that he shot. I forget what it's called, so it's whatever. Or it could be it could just be the bullet, like he just flicks it at him.
Yeah. Because I was thinking about that too.
Cause I think that'd be sick as well. Um, I
Oh
like that.
no. Or what if his final panel, his LR one, is the scene with where he just got hit by the double beam cannon, special beam cannon?
Um, I think they should have a. I think you heard me say this on stream earlier. The LR Goku and Piccolo
Yeah.
from Dead Zone, I think would be a really good one. The SSR art would be probably it would probably be like a it would just be them like standing next to each other in some kind of pose, what have you, and like in the background you see like flashes of their faces, like one half is Goku's, one half is Piccolo's, and it switches. Um,
Yeah.
I think the TUR would be it would be uh, them fighting each other. I'm pretty sure. I feel like it would be them fighting each other, and then I feel like their LR would be like what they looked like in the final fight against Garlic, which would be Goku without his weighted clothing on and like him charging forward, and then Piccolo behind him backing him up without his like
Yeah.
without his turban and shit. And I feel like I feel like the 12 key is like the him and Piccolo rushing at whoever it is they're fighting and doing just like doing their like combo attacks with each other, like them just attacking this person. And then I feel like the 18 key, I feel like that's the final attack that they both used, and then sealing them into the dead zone.
Yeah.
And it would be a movie heroes category, possibly lead.
I think if there was a Raditz one, I feel like it would be more of a free to play
I feel like
type
it'd
deal.
be a free to play LR Raditz that's a pure Saiyans lead.
Yeah. Or maybe a low class warrior lead.
Ooh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Maybe
Low class
maybe the
warrior
low
lead.
class warrior.
Maybe a new category. Maybe Saiyan Saga, and he's a Saiyan Saga lead.
That is something that I've been hearing that people would want is a Saiyan saga.
Yeah.
Because then, what about this? That the Raditz is free to play for the Saiyan saga, but then for the actual one is the Z Fighters LR.
Ooh, like preparing for the Saiyan invasion.
Yeah,
Z fighters, and it has Gohan, Tien, Yamcha, uh, Piccolo, and Krillin.
yeah,
Cause
and
Goku
I
wouldn't be
knew,
there.
yeah, and I know what their final would be.
What would it be? What would their LR
It
attack
would
be?
show Yamcha getting blown up, and then Krillin does the big explosion attack.
Does the big explosion attack?
Yeah, that would be their 12 key,
What's the
and
18
then
key?
the 18 key is all of them doing like their big moves, where it would be Yamcha doing like his whatever he did to
It's
the stand, and then
it
Krillin
starts
doing
off
his
with Krillin and Piccolo doing the clones and
yeah.
like Tien solar flares.
Hmm.
And then Yamcha charges in with the Wolf Fang Fist, and then Yamcha moves out of the way, and you see a blast from Krillin.
And then Chaozu blows himself up.
And then Tien screams and uses his final Kikoha.
Hmm.
And then, what is it? And then, uh, like, as the smoke clears, you see Piccolo, and he's like charging up the special beam cannon, and he shoots.
Oh, I got another idea for a tag team
What?
LR. LR Zarbon and Dodoria.
Sick.
And it would be tag team, and it would be Namekian Saga.
All right. I mean, Namek Saga is already a thing, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it would be in that category.
Okay.
Just because then it would have something to go with. It would definitely have something to go with Ginyu LR, Frieza LR. There's not really a lot of good Planet Namek units.
What about the Nappa Cyberman idea we had though? I like that. I really like that. Um, what do you think the supers for an LR Nappa with Cyberman would be?
Physical. I think Nappa and Cyberman would definitely be a
You
physical.
think that's a physical unit? What do you think the super attacks are?
The super attacks is that his 12 key would be he would throw a simple blast, and then all the Cybermen would jump in for an attack. And
Mm-hmm.
then his 18 would that he would do the mouth blast, and then a Cyberman would jump on the back and blow the person up.
Ah, okay. That's neat. That'd be a neat little thing.
And and it would have an ability that if it's against Yamcha, it's an automatic death.
They would do some shit like that. Um,
Or just have a Cyberman LR.
shut the fuck up.
And it has a Cyberman LR. And if Yamcha gets damaged, the Cyberman stats go up by 200%.
I don't like that. What would be another good LR?
Well,
Uh,
let's look at all the categories, because I don't think they really have an LR for every category.
they've got an LR for most categories though.
Yeah. Let me
Um,
look up the categories. Pokemon category.
LR. Uh,
Okay, there's Dragon Ball Seekers, movie bosses.
we're gonna get an LR Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta at some point. I can already tell you that.
What about so there's a Super Saiyan 3 category. So what about an alternate power category? Like Kaioken Goku, um, full power Zarbon.
Oh, like transformations that aren't Super Saiyan?
Yeah.
Like,
Alternate transformations.
maybe the LR could be a, awakened potential Krillin.
I would want that.
Awakened
Because
potential
there's no
Krillin,
LR.
maybe.
There's no LR Krillin.
Maybe an LR for, what is it? An LR for
Master Roshi.
Mystic Gohan?
Mm,
Master Roshi, maybe.
yeah,
Uh,
because he has maximum power.
yeah, maybe LR. I really like that one actually. I like that idea a lot. Maybe an LR.
Kaioken Goku.
Maybe
Why isn't there an LR King Kai?
because there's not really a category for him to fit in.
Um,
Although technically he would be in Realm of Gods.
yeah.
Interesting.
Isn't there? I don't think there's even a King Kai unit.
There isn't. There's only
Yeah,
one Jackie Chun in the entire game too.
and he's a free to play.
Yep,
And I don't think he's even that good of a free to play. I have
he
him,
isn't.
but
I I want a good Jackie Chun unit though, because Jackie Chun is sick.
he blew up the moon. Kinda.
It's funny how much the moon gets blown up in Dragon Ball.
I know, because I was like thinking about that. I was like, Jackie Chan blew up the moon, and then
Yeah,
Piccolo
and think
blew up
about
the
it. Think about
same
it.
moon.
They they talk about what was it? They sent Carrot to the moon.
Yeah.
Bye. He's fucking dead, dog. They killed Monster Carrot.
How about he blew, Jackie Chan blew up the moon and he survived on there, and then was able to find a way to rebuild the moon, and then once he finally rebuilt the moon, Piccolo blew it up,
And then he died for real.
and then he died for real.
That would suck, man.
How could Carrot survive on the moon anyway? Maybe he just died in the atmosphere, and they just blew up
That's
his
true.
corpse instead.
Hey, I just thought of something. On something we were talking about, yeah, the last week's episode, right? The what if shit.
Yeah.
What if the Super Saiyan God that Beerus imagined was Gohan?
Or even better, I always had this idea that what if the Super Saiyan God was Bardock?
Yeah, I like that.
Because with Bardock being canon now, maybe they can make that story where he went back in time canon, but it was good.
But if it was good,
Yeah, that's would be my what if scenario. What if
what if
Great Voice
what if
Crack.
the bro what if the Bardock special was good?
Yeah.
Man,
So
imagine
so
that timeline.
first off, um Bardock wouldn't be an asshole because
Okay.
he went through that thing called character development. They would introduce a new character, not whoever the fuck uh Bardock had the face in the past. Had the face in the actual special.
Chilled.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, don't make it an ancestor of Frieza's. Whack.
No,
That's
no,
whack.
because then that comes up with the entire idea that Frieza always owned Planet Vegeta, which is not true at all. Have it be some other thing. And then he could have been the one that started the Saiyans in general. And first um he would first go Super Saiyan, and it would sort of be a time skip thing where he's starting the Super Saiyan thing. And he has more children. Let's just assume that he did a lot of banging.
A lot.
And then some super duper alien tries to come and take over. Or maybe no, not Beerus.
It
Because
would be
Beerus, well, let's say there's an even worse bad guy. And
okay.
Beerus, with his new children that he
You
has,
mean Bardock?
Bardock, his new children that he has, the alien is about to destroy Bardock's new children. Bardock is like, hell no, his Super Saiyan form isn't strong enough. And with the power with his new kids around him, he was able to gain the energy of Super Saiyan God, and that's how he became the first Super Saiyan
That'd be
God.
dope. That'd be dope.
Yeah. What I'm just trying to get at is that I'm a better writer than Akira Toriyama.
Fuck.
Nowadays, modern day Akira Toriyama, but not
That
Torotoro.
that is crazy that you would just state that. Come on,
I'm
bro, chill.
better than modern day Akira Toriyama, not as good as Torotoro. I'm in the middle.
Best shonen manga writer.
That dude who made Yu-Gi-Oh! Hakusho and Hunter x Hunter.
In terms of writing, you think he's the best.
We're talking about just in terms of writing.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, the creator of manga himself,
Uh-huh.
Astro Boy guy, that I totally know the name of, and totally not looking it up on Google right now because I know his name. He made Astro Boy. It was the inspiration for Pluto. He made Buddha, but that's not an action series. He started the he started he started the robot genre for manga. Um,
Wait,
but
is he
what
good at writing like that though?
he made him, I own some of his manga.
Huh.
Osama Tezuka. There we go. I didn't even find that on Wikipedia. I immediately typed in Astro Boy and remembered it. Osama
Good job.
Tezuka. Because he
Good
invented
job.
everything.
He invented inventions.
Well, I mean, in terms of manga, he invented everything that wasn't ecchi or super robot. Because,
Because both of those were made by one different guy totally.
yeah, the
Um
Devilman guy.
what's a yeah. What's a really obscure manga that you think is just like one of the best written things? Like it's one of the best things you've ever read, but it's
Um,
really obscure.
Naruto.
Uh huh.
I would say
Be-
Boruto, but Boruto, I haven't read it because two, I think it's shit.
um.
On the lines of Osamu Tezuka, he made this manga called MW, but I'm not going to recommend that one. I'm going to recommend a different one. Can't remember what's it called, but I would actually look it up right now. I'm not even going to make a joke about looking it up. It's a plot is about it's this dude who he ends up getting it ends up getting introduced that there's an invisible ray invention, and it can allow him to see through objects and shit like that. But the thing is that when it hits a human being, it hits the main character, and I spell Osama. And he ends up. There we go. He ends up getting his skin ends up getting turned invisible, but not his organs and stuff. So now he's just literally like walking organs. And he gets pissed off at the scientist who made this. So he decides to use the invisible ray to get revenge on people.
Okay.
And there's also evolves a story about this girl whose entire body is invisible. And she ends up staying with the dude, yet the dude's like really a bad influence. I wish I can fucking find it. I was gonna recommend NW, but I think NW you can buy it physically. So, Buddha's a good one by Osamu Tezuka also. What's your recommendation?
There's a few. Kendaichi Case Files. Really fucking solid.
Osamu Tezuka made a manga about Hitler.
Wild. Trying to think. What else besides
He made the
Kendaichi
Phoenix
Case
series.
Files?
He also made the Phoenix series, and I think that's a little bit underrated. And
Fair.
And it's really expensive to get. Or at least I remember a little while ago it was pretty expensive to get because it was like all out of print. And it's considered to be like one of the greatest manga ever.
You know what's a very slept on manga?
What?
Pokemon manga. That shit's fire.
And
The
it's dark
Pokemon
as
manga's
shit.
really good. Wait, what?
The Pokemon manga is dark.
Yeah. It's really fucking good though.
Yeah. I'm slowly getting into it.
The Legend of Zelda manga, like all of them, pretty good. Like
Alabastard. That's what it's called. I found it. It's called Alabastard.
okay.
Oh wait, was it published in English? Wait, what the fuck? Continue with your thing. Hold on.
I dropped that shit as soon as I got stopped, dog. Like my mind just left. My mind left the building. It doesn't. It's not here. Um, I'll think of another good one. What's another good one?
Space Adventure Cobra.
Ooh.
Space
Actually,
Adventure
don't know
Cobra.
what that is.
Dude with the psycho gun. Okay, so it was a Shonen Jump manga, and it's about this guy named Cobra, and it's about him going on space adventures. In his secret, he has cigars that can blow up, that can do pretty much anything. He can use it as explosives. He can use it as a flashlight in the water. Don't ask how that works, but he still smokes it in the water. He uses a Magnum .45 just because, but his main technique is an item called the Psycho Gun, which is a energy-based weapon attached to his arm that he can shoot psycho energy out of, and he's a badass.
That sounds sick. I like that. I like that a lot. I'm trying to think. There's none of them are coming off the top of my head right now. So,
Okujuko Sakigake. That's a good one.
Kaiji.
It's
Kaiji's very underrated and very well done.
And also Sakigake Yokojuko.
Yeah.
Sakigake Yokojuko. It's Fist of the North Star in high school. And Kenshiro, in the Kenshiro character uses a sword that can shoot out a lion. No,
like
no,
that.
a tiger. Tiger. He was in J Star's Victory Versus.
Oh shit, yeah. No, I know who you're talking about actually. Okay, yeah.
Mumutaro. That one has the greatest tournament. That one probably has what some people consider to be the greatest tournament arc ever. It's 18. It's 16. It's a 16 teams, and each team has 16 people in it.
Okay.
And the final battle is the entire arena on fire, and the main characters are covered in oil.
Hmm.
So it's a battle to see who would not get their asses set on fire first.
Um. Yeah, no,
Kaiju,
Kaiji's
man.
really fucking good.
What's Kaiju
Yeah,
about?
Kaiji is a gambling manga. I've only watched the anime. I've read a little bit of the manga, but the anime doesn't stray too far from what I've seen. So
Oh, I know what
I'll
you're
base
talking
this
about.
off of the first little bit of the first like 2 seasons, the only 2 seasons of the anime. Because the
Yeah.
anime stopped and the manga kept going for like another 3 years. But it's about this gambler who ends up in a situation where he's really bad with money. He's meant to be a terrible person, right? Everybody in the show is a terrible person. There's not a good person because each character is written to be human, and humans incoherently have flaws. This manga makes sure to point out the flaws of the people, so you know that they're like these are human characters, but like they're very bad people. And the thing about Kaiji is that he's not good with money. Dude has big debt on his hands. Okay.
So
So-
the series is about him paying off debt.
Kinda. It goes okay. So, and this is just from you can watch the anime and see this too. So without spoiling anything, it starts off he has debt, and basically they go, "Yo, dog." Like some people hit him up, some very strange people, but like they're in like black shoes, basically Yakuza guys.
Mm-hmm.
They hit up Kaiji. They go, "Yo, how about this? How about you partake in our gambling game? And if you win, if you're able to reach, whatever goal they set, we will pay off your debt in full for you and give you extra money." And he goes, "Okay, bet." So he goes, and first major arc is on this ship, right? You spend one night on this ship with however many, like hundreds of other people are on this ship, or I think 800 other people on this ship. And they're all in the same situation as you. They all owe a debt, and this is their way. This is their redemption. But as time goes on, you slowly start to figure out that losing has consequences. So after the games are played, more and more people lose each round, and losers are taken to essentially slavery. They become slaves because they're working to pay off their debt, but their debts they can't realistically be paid off.
Yeah.
And then after that happens, Kaiji goes, "That shit's fucked, but I got some paper now." And then they invite him again, and more stuff keeps happening. He keeps entering these games, and slowly you start to see the humanity in
Another one.
like the humanity in Kaiji, because Kaiji's like this inherently bad person, but
Another
when
one.
faced with situations that like it's like it's situations that are serious, it shows his humanity because he genuinely cares about the well-being of these other people that are being treated like shit because they were bad people, but at the same time he's like, but what did they do wrong? It gets to a point where it's legitimately if you lose you die. right?
Yeah.
And each time he sees a person die, because he sees a lot of people die. Each time he sees a person die, he goes, like, it's not always the same, obviously, but he kind of, like, his thought process is usually something along the lines of, what did they do to deserve this? They may have been a bad person, but aren't all people in some right bad or evil? And, like, it's like this whole, like, moral journey about, like, him gambling with his life and shit like that.
Okay.
It's really
Well,
interesting.
Well, I got one more recommendation, and I've talked
Okay.
about the character before. I haven't really gone into full detail about the series, but Kinniku Man. I know people
Shit.
know. I know people know its sequel, Ultimate Muscle, but in Japan it's called Kinniku Man Nisei. And Kinniku Man Nisei also had a sequel, but I'm not getting that far. I'm just going to talk about the original Kinniku Man. Well,
All right.
not the reboot.
Go ahead.
So
Go for it.
Kinniku Man, it originally starts off as a Alien Kamen Rider parody, where Kinniku Man was on a place called Muscle Planet, and he ends up coming to Earth, specifically Japan. He has this dream to becoming a superhero. And the original story arc is him doing superhero Kamen Rider type stuff, but the joke is that he's a coward and a little bitch. But as time goes on, it turns more into superheroes wrestling to the death, or chojin, or what they call it. But chojin literally translates to supermen. So they introduce this tournament arc, and the tournament arc is when it starts doing a wrestling thing, and it pretty much becomes a full staple that when bad guys and good guys have to fight each other, it's in situations where it's superhuman wrestling to the death. And some of these characters are crazy. Let's just start off with our main cast. You got Kinniku Man. And he's more of just the typical fighter. He does the Kinniku Buster, which is a move where he slams you to the ground and completely breaks your back. And then he has the Kinniku Driver, which, like, he slams your head into the arena, completely breaking your neck. And then you got Terry Man. Terry Man is pretty much Kinniku Man's partner and best friend. And Terry Man is the superhero from Texas. And he's more of a grappling submission type fighter. But he pretty much is the best friend. Later on in the series, he's the best friend. And then after that, you got Ramen Man. Ramen Man's from China, and he had his own spin-off manga where he could shoot tigers out of his hands. But his main move is that he rips people in half. And then you get Robin Mask. Robin Mask is from England. He wears a suit of armor, and he just fucks you up. He's my favorite out of the main shoujins, besides Kinniku Man. And then you get Warsman. Warsman was born half robot. Don't ask how that works. It just works like King Crimson. But he can have, like, claws come out of his body, and he can, like, stab you with it. His main move is the Apollo. He gets on your back and he holds your arms up, and he pretty much just breaks your back and arms. And then you get Brocken Jr. Brocken Jr. he's pretty much a Nazi, but he's a good guy. Don't ask how that works either. But his dad
Don't
was...
ask JoJo either.
Yeah. His father was murdered by Ramen Man. So originally his character was that he was the revenge type, but then he eventually forgave Ramen Man, and they become best friends. Because this entire show's concept is friendship solves everything. Manly friendship. Literally, that's pretty much how a lot of the problems are solved, is with manly friendship. But you get such amazing villains as Ashura Shogun, who's pretty much the devil. He's pretty much the devil, but there's also the devil. There's also a guy named Ashura Man who works with the devil, and he's a devil knight. Yeah. There's my favorite character of the entire series, Neptune Man. And he is Hulk Hogan with magnet powers. There's also Big the Body, who's the other main villain of that story arc, and he's pretty much the main villain, not Neptune Man. but Neptune Man's much cooler. And he even has more characters than Big the Body. And then there's Kinnikuman Man Phoenix, who's like, he's allegedly Kinnikuman Man's brother, because the final story arc is about who is going to be the king of Planet Muscle, and it's awesome. Read Kinnikuman Man, manly friendship, people getting fucking murdered awfully. If you like Yamcha, you'll like Wolfman. His entire thing is that he gets killed. Literally. No, literally, his first fight was with his first major fight was with Kinnikuman Man, loses. His second major fight was with Spring Man, and it's literally one-sided. Wolfman does a couple attacks, but because Spring Man's a spring, he's able to bounce off the attacks, and then he literally crushes Wolfman into pieces.
Shout out to any characters being based off of wolves in anime being completely fucking whack. Jabra from One Piece.
He's not even
Kiba
the most
from Naruto. Yamcha from Dragon Ball. Wolfman from
Kinnikuman Man.
And
he has a different name, but in the anime version. But I didn't watch the anime version. I read them. But he's not.
Who else is based off of a wolf in anime?
He's not even the weakest character in the Kinnikuman Man franchise. Because in Ultimate Muscle, there's a character named Gazelle Man, and he does worse than Wolfman.
Damn.
He's one of the main heroes, yet he's just there.
Do you prefer Kinnikuman to Ultimate Muscle?
Ultimate Muscle, Nisei. I never finished Ultimate Muscle, but with the whole entire message of manly friendship, Kinnikuman Nisei is less about that, and specifically on Nisei and not on the side characters. A lot of the side characters are just there to help move the story. 90% of the fights is either between Nisei. I wouldn't say 90% of the fights, but a majority of the fights is either Nisei or Kevin Mask, who's Robin Mask's son. He's a complete asshole. But he's sort of the main villain. He's sort of, quote unquote, the bad guy for a lot of the series. He ends off as an anti-hero, but I haven't gotten there. But the final story arc is that they fight on the Devil's Heart. So, did I say Kinnikuman Man was weird?
When are we reading like all three of the series? When are we reading all of Kinnikuman and then giving our full statement on it?
Once you get caught up.
Okay.
Because if you start reading it, I will finish it. But it's
a series that I've looked into it multiple times. I've obviously read shit from it. It's just I've never sat down and actually read it through.
Where it's at right now is that they rebooted they rebooted the original series, the original 28 volume series, and they're literally continuing with volume 29 and onward. So right now it's original Kinnikuman Man continuing, and then there's Kinnikuman Man Nisei, and then there's another story arc. Then there's a sequel manga where Neptune Man is a bad guy again, because he was originally a bad guy, then he became a good guy, and then he became a bad guy, and I think he ends up becoming a good guy again in that series.
Can't make his mind up.
I don't think that series is fully translated yet. I don't even know if Ultimate Muscle is fully translated. I know all of the manga is in English, and have fun trying to get them, because like half of it is completely out of print and worth a lot of money. But one day I'll get them.
All right. Well, I think that's a good place to end it off on. So, Sean, anything you'd like to end us off with? Anything you'd like to start wrapping us up with?
Soon, one day in the future, I will be a speedrunner. What will I speedrun? Not the original Super Mario Bros.
Hmm. Hmm.
I can't beat that. I can barely even beat that game normally. I can't beat that game in 4 minutes and 18 seconds.
Um.
One day I will beat Pokemon Red and Blue in 3 seconds.
That's pretty easy, honestly. That glitch isn't difficult. Um. We probably this is something we were talking about off air, but
Yeah.
we're probably gonna upload like at some point. Obviously not anytime soon. Well, maybe sometime soon. Who knows? But every now and then we'll probably upload like other stuff that's me and him like doing shit, but it won't be the podcast, and we'll probably just upload it to this channel. Like
Um, we need to do a thing where we're watching the original Dragon Ball movies.
yeah.
I have some other ideas. Maybe we should do a Kamen Rider special
Okay. Um.
because we have talked about finishing the original Kamen Rider.
That is true. So maybe we should just I don't know, maybe like I'll just maybe record us reacting to like Dragon Ball movies or something. I don't know. We'll come up with something.
Yeah,
But yeah,
we could do that
that's
later.
a thing. Maybe at some point. I'm probably not like later today.
I got nothing.
I don't either. But
Well,
I'm
probably
talking.
speaking of Kamen Rider, I'll probably just watch Kamen Rider, the original one,
Um.
unless we have planned on watching that together.
Yeah.
But I'm willing to rewatch the Kamen Riders that I've already watched with you
Um.
because, like Agito, but once we ever get to Agito, every time we're talking, I'm bringing out my Agito.
So Sean, I got a
Yeah.
question for you.
Yeah.
When will he appear? Nobody knows who I'm talking about except for you and me right now. When will he appear?
When I want to say soon, but that just depends on if he's in the mood to do it.
See, I'm asking because we both know that when that happens, this series is going to take a turn for the worst.
Has it already?
I mean, it's already
I
really
don't
bad,
know.
but you know that that's when it'll get unnecessary.
It will happen. He will come on eventually. He's too busy. He's he might be you know where.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I tried to ask him about it, but he never gives me a full answer.
What a bitch.
I know. I like asked him, I was like, "Hey, you want to come on?" And then he's like, then he tells me this shit. I was like, "Dude, I literally don't know what that means." It's a yes or no question.
That's a yes or no
Then he answers my
question.
question.
Why? Why is everything you say so cryptic?
And then he answers my question with a question, and I'm like, "Dude, I don't want to play your games. Okay, I'm not gonna beat the shit out of you. Just give me an answer." But he does do stand up. He was on that show Gotham, the stand up show.
Oh yeah,
It's
sure.
on some obscure channel.
Yeah, no. I got you.
Yeah,
All right.
but I don't know when.
I mean, it was just a question from me. Just because it's something that I forgot to ask that I meant to ask a little while ago. But us being on the podcast made me remember that that's a thing. So yeah. Shout out to all the people that have actually been watching this shit since we moved over to YouTube. Josh, saw you. Sean left a comment on one of our videos because he's fucking dumb.
That's right. That's right. I am on this podcast.
He said this is my new favorite podcast. And I was talking to him earlier. I go, you know you're on the podcast, right? And he just kind of
What
stopped.
podcast? Wait, this is a podcast?
You're recording? Who said you could record?
There's a shark in the pool. This is a bathtub.
Oh fuck. All right.
I think that's how I think that's how that meme goes, right?
Something like that. Well, anyways, uh, as always, nice to have y'all, I guess. You know, actually have people watching us on YouTube is crazy. I don't know why you would waste your time, but it does occur.
And when you're feeling down, just remember, Flint, Michigan. Ironic.
I'll see y'all later.